All right, what's happening, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. On this segment, we're going to cover the Ilia Topuria and Jake Paul little spat they had on a podcast, on a stream. I got something queued up. Let's get right into this. All right, let's try this one.
Boxer, then we should spar.
Yeah, whenever you want, bro. As a boxer, you suck.
Let's spar. When
Listen,
I beat your ass in sparring,
the thing is that whenever you just get ready because you're gonna need another period of time to recover your jaw.
I don't need the jaw to be healed because you're not gonna touch me, bro. You MMA fighters are all trash. I beat all of the best in your sport.
If you want me to not touch your jaw, what the fuck you talking about? Like, listen, we can spar whenever you want.
You're 5'6". You can't even ride roller coasters, brother.
Probably look.
That's kind of funny. He said you're 5'6", you can't even ride roller coasters.
Look at me on my face. I'm gonna give you a combo that I'm gonna put you in the height of my balls, and you are gonna be on your fucking knees. And we are talking about boxing because if you really go into a men's fight and we do a full fight.
Oh, we can do that too.
Bro, don't talk about that. You are just like bam for me. We can fight.
He said you're just like bam for me. Yeah, I mean, Ilia's telling no lies. Like, if these guys were to get into an actual mixed martial arts fight, it wouldn't be good for Jake because of the grappling pedigree of Ilia Topuria. Now, Jake Paul is a big, strong dude. He does have boxing ability and skill. He's not like world class, but he has boxing skill. At this point, if you deny that, I mean, I think you're kind of crazy or delusional. So he has a striker's puncher's chance by being such a big dude with some skill, but Ilia Topuria is just like a more complete fighter in general. And if you mix in the elbows, the kicks, all the strikes that encompasses MMA, the variety of strikes that Jake Paul, he just doesn't possess. And if you throw into grappling, forget it. I mean, he's completely toast. Like, Ilia would pretty much do what he wants to Jake Paul, cave his head in the mat, or, take his neck, take a limb. Now, Jake Paul does have a wrestling background, and he's pretty athletic. If you give him 6 months to a year of training mixed martial arts, specifically takedown defense, I mean, he'll put up a better fight, but my money was still 100% be on Ilia Topuria, even with the size difference. But let's continue this.
We can fight.
Everyone in your sport thinks they have hands.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you something. When we fight in the UFC, we clean. We don't use any steroids.
We do drug testing too. Your boss, your daddy Dana, made that up because he was pissed off that I kept on beating all the UFC fighters.
What do you mean when you say you boss your dad?
That's a trigger point.
Probably $2 million a fight.
That was a trigger point for Ilia. He said, "What do you mean, Daddy Dana?"
And he just paid.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
You weren't on the highest paid athletes list.
Of course. You are gonna see that.
You weren't on it.
What?
Where were you? We missed you. You get paid as much as an NFL rookie. Like, congrats.
Your value is based on perception, and you need to sell that. I know who I am. I'm not you. I have this, my new watch, my new car. That's not my personality. That's you. I would tell you, like, face to face.
It's gonna be funny when people see what happens.
I would love to fight you. I swear. Let's fight. Like, let's do it. Let's spar. Whatever. Like, I spar every week. I have no.
Notice Ilia's language. He said fight. He would like to fight Jake Paul.
No fucking problem. I do it with a pleasure.
Yeah, that was interesting, man. In a straight boxing match, let me think about this. Ilia Topuria versus Jake Paul in a straight boxing match. Ilia's given up pretty much like all his other tools from mixed martial arts, his full arsenal. Big size difference. Jake Paul does have skill. He does have power. Damn, who would I take in that? I think, given that Ilia Topuria would be limited and as good as he is in the striking against guys closer to his size in the UFC and his weight class, I'm probably going to give the edge in a straight boxing match to Jake Paul. He's a big kid. We've already seen him take, big shots from bigger people than Ilia Topuria. And it's not so much like the size and strength. It's, landing a well-placed shot. That's kind of like what counts. But yeah, man, in a straight up boxing match, damn, I'm going to have to give the edge to Jake Paul. It almost pains me to say that, but I have to be honest and I have to keep it real. In a mixed martial arts fight, like a full fight, 100% Ilia Topuria, regardless of the size difference. Because Ilia's grappling ability is leaps and bounds greater than Jake Paul's. And, grappling ability, wrestling ability is the great equalizer when somebody's a lot bigger than you. It doesn't really matter. Granted, if you have like The Mountain and like DJ Mighty Mouse, that's like an extreme, situation. Or like Brian Shaw versus Mighty Mouse. But even then, like DJ, it wouldn't be like a 0% chance. Like if DJ's able to get their back and get their neck, he could choke one of those guys unconscious. I don't think he can armbar one of them. I'd even probably doubt he can get a heel hook. Those guys are just like too big, but chokes definitely. So, I mean, Jake Paul and Ilia Topuria, is this something that like would ever happen? I mean, stranger things have happened, man. We've already seen some crazy stuff. People didn't think that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was going to happen. They didn't think that Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua was going to happen, and yet it did. So you never know. But as long as Ilia Topuria is under contract with the UFC, yeah, it's just not going to happen, man. This kid, Jake Paul, he definitely knows how to promote and market himself, getting himself into like the minds and the ears of fans out there, getting people to talk about him in general. You got to give him that. But he seems to like always, pick people that are at a disadvantage, whether they're older, whether they're smaller, boxing not being their main sport, their main skill set. And to his credit, I mean, he did face Anthony Joshua and got his jaw broken. But yeah, I just wanted to drop my thoughts, what I felt about Ilia Topuria and Jake Paul having their little tiff online on a stream. Found it kind of funny. Really don't see anything coming of this. And if it does, I mean, hey, I'll tune in. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would tune in. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up this short clip. I just wanted to go over this little spat. You guys let me know in the comment section. What do you think about a Jake Paul versus Ilia Topuria boxing match? How do you think a straight up mixed martial arts fight would go? Would love to read your thoughts. Thanks for watching or listening, guys. If you like the content, hit that like button. Of course, hit that subscribe button. And until the next segment, take care, my friends. Later.